Hello everyone and welcome to the Wolfszeit channel. Today with a very special topic, always special, the strategic value of the Tephra Crater and also its gold value. If you want to know how to extract Tephra, I made a separate video just for that, and this is linked down in the description. And please note, I'm not taking any sides here, and I'm not trying to gaslight anyone, and I'm not trying to pull the pin on the Grenate, okay? So now to the actual topic. This is the Mortal Online 2 map. And here we have our sexual Tephra Crater. And here is the Greater Taurus that you also need to make Ogmium and Grenate out of your Tephra. And of course the Blast Furnace, because everything else would be a waste of materials. So just one interesting thing. If you want to extract Tephra, then you have to go there, because this is the only place where Tephra is. And later when Saduka comes, then there will also be Tephra on Saduka. At least this was the case in Mortal Online 1. What is also very important to note here, in Mortal Online 1 there was a few Tephra nodes down in the Vada dungeon. Yeah, Vada had a small Tephra dungeon with a few traps and stuff like that. And there were a few Tephra nodes. Also, in the cave camp, not directly in the cave camp, but near the cave camp, there was a cave with a few Tephra nodes. I built my house there in Mortal Online 1. Despite all this, in Mortal Online 2 everything is in the Tephra Crater. And of course, in every game where the high-end materials are at one place, there will be PvP, of course. And of course, this is a high-end PvP area, and a lot of PvP will happen in that area, and this as well. And this looks a little bit strange, so I will just, I don't know, draw the sub-PvP zone, for example. This is also a very high PvP area. There will be a lot of PvP in this area, non-stop, especially with territory control, and especially with the territory control 2 update when the mines are coming into the game. I mean, a lot of guilds want Tephra, of course, and they want Grenate and Ogmium. They want the high-end materials to be fucking awesome, and here I got bored, so I'm just drawing this face. And of course, every guild and every alliance want Grenate and Ogmium, because that makes your fighters more wild. Or to saying with the Mortal Online 1 words, who controls the north controls the map. And this is just an old saying from Mortal Online 1, and it's partially true, it's not true, it depends on how you look at it. I can only tell you how it was in Mortal Online 1, because right now territory control is not in Mortal Online 2, so to make it short, for example, you have a huge alliance in the north from a few guilds, or a lot of guilds, maybe, depends. And then you have also a lot of people in the south and in the west. So then you, for example, have a North Alliance, you have a West Alliance or South Alliance or whatever the stuff, or other alliance who also want to take the North and stuff like that. And the North always stood strong. Of course, sometimes they got captured, sometimes they got driven away, sometimes they got sieged away and stuff like that. Then someone else took over, gathered more alliances, and also it started to crumble there as well. And every guild and alliance always wanted to hold the north, because if you have, for example, 200 fighters in your alliance and you have Grenate and Ogmium, you are far superior versus 300 or 400 of the others. No problem if you have Grenate and Ogmium and they don't have Grenate and Ogmium. This is also why many guilds and alliances wanted this area and also walled it off and stuff like that, and sieged everyone who was not in the alliance in that area. And I guess with Mortal Online 2, I mean, history doesn't repeat itself, but it will be nearly the same as well, I guess. But what can you learn from Mortal Online 1, for example? The North had always number problems, because it's not new player friendly, of course not. This is a high-end gaming area. There is harsh and very hard PvP. You will fight against people who will fight 10 fights a day or more. In the North is also a lack of other content, despite Tephra, PvP and a few dungeons. But this is a general problem in Mortal Online 2, that a lot of content is still missing. And mostly large guilds, but not always. And every alliance or guild who was holding the North had, of course, Grenate and Ogmium and stuff like that. But it's always crumbled. It always crumbled. And this was always because the guilds under each other didn't want, they are also farming our Tephra, they are also farming our Tephra, blah, blah, blah. Instead of working together, sometimes they worked against each other. But if someone from outside come in, for example, if someone, I don't know, from the south or from the west comes in and saying, hey, yeah, stop fighting, it's also our Tephra, blah, blah, then they unite, and then they fight them back, and then they started to start their skirmishes internally again. And of course, something like uniting the whole north to fight back the evil guys who want to steal the Tephra, or I don't know, stuff like that. It never worked practically because the North always lacked in numbers, and what you need in Mortal are not, of course, skilled players and high-end equipment is very efficient, of course. But the main thing is if you have more numbers and you have more resources, you can grind your enemies down more with more resources. Then it doesn't matter if you have, I don't know, 100 or 200 very good fighters. If the other alliance has 400 and trying to siege you 5 times a day, then you can do not much against that if you have a lack of manpower, even if you have the equipment. But it doesn't matter anyway, because when, for example, the crocodiles will get patched in, then also Murland in the jungle will have some crocodiles and will have panzer scales available pretty easy. Then maybe a lot of people from the north will also go to the south, of course, because panzer scales are fucking awesome. But of course, it will be very interesting which guild will fight which guild, which alliances will form and stuff like that, because I guess right the first week of TC patch or the first month of TC, a lot of stuff will change for every one of us. Then the real war can begin. I mean, the most guilds and alliances fight over the north, will fight over the north like it was in Mortal Online 1. Not all, of course. Of course, a lot just fought for their territory, for their home territory, or where they were playing and stuff like that. And with the mine system where you can build mines to get even more Tephra fast, and you can build your TC structures right in front of the crater or in the area of that, this will cause a lot of conflict. A lot of conflict will happen that way. And with the mines and stuff like that, and it getting very lucrative to just holding the crater, or to just I don't know, just make an exclusive group, for example, that are holding the crater and selling the Ogmium and Grenate for fucking overpriced prices to sell to the enemy alliance, that they buy it overpriced, that you can fight them with your own Grenate and Ogmium. Yeah, this stuff happened in Mortal Online 1. And the real Tephra wars will begin with territory control. And just a short reminder for you all, if you have watched my video about the red line, I will link it in the description. Don't take the game too serious, please, because someone else will anyway, and you also need to protect yourself against these people, because some guilds always take it to extreme. 3 inches of cold hard hate. Link in the description. And just have fun and just enjoy the political atmosphere in Mortal Online 2, because it's not far away, and then we can finally have some real guild and alliance politics. And of course, if you want to stay updated even on the politics and stuff when TC starts, then I will also start with political stuff. Of course, only with Mortal Online politics, because my own government is not the best. But they want to legalize weed, so it's okay. So if you want to be updated on everything, please leave a like and subscribe. Would be really awesome. And ring the bell. And also special thanks to all the supporters, of course: Carmel, Professor O, Lukario, Rhonus, Paarthurnax, Cologne, Bulldog, Giovanni, Vargas, Crater, you, and all the others, of course. And always remember to Tephra hard. I mean, party hard. See you all next time. Goodbye.